Hello everyone, you guys are welcome back to the channel. This is Be Real with Livingstone Immunity. I am super excited that you guys decided to stop back, and I am glad that you joined because this past weeks we've been doing amazing thing. 2 weeks ago we had this series, am I addicted to social media? And I got a lot of comments from social media, from YouTube. People even sent direct messages to me telling me that they've been addicted to social media and the videos actually helped them to reduce the hours they spent on social media. And today we'll be dealing with another addiction, which is drug addiction. So today we'll be talking on the topic, how do I stop drugs addiction? And take note, this video is not to criticize or talk down on people who are actually addicted to drugs, but to find a way around you coming out of this addiction. And I know drug addiction is one of the uh, one of the biggest issue in the world right now. You see young people are addicted to these drugs and they do not know how to come out of it. They do not know how to stop this addiction. I am here to tell you that I can assist you, I can help you. I am here to show you the way. I am here to hold you by the hands and tell you that you are not on this journey alone. I am here to support you and assist you. I've got some friends who are addicted to drugs, and I've been able to assist them and help them. And this time around, I want to help all of you. Okay, so get your notepad, sit down, relax, and let's go on this journey together. Now, what is drug addiction? For those of you who are new to this, you don't know what drug addiction is. You have a little or no idea of what we're talking about. So, drug addiction is just the inability to control the use of drugs or medication. Now, take note that these drugs could be legal or illegal. These drugs could be prescribed or non-prescribed. But if you are unable to control the use of this medication, of these drugs, then you are addicted to drugs. When you realize that you cannot resist the intense urge to take a particular drugs, then these are signs that you're actually addicted to drugs. Now, some drugs are meant to make you feel alright. Let's say you're having an illness, you're having a sickness in your body, then you go take a drugs to be able to fight that illness or make you feel alright. But when you get to a point where you no longer can control the urge to actually take that drugs. You don't have to take the drugs all the time. Now, some people have an illness and then they go take a particular drugs. Even after getting well, after they are all right, after the illness has left the body, they can no longer stop taking the drug because they want to feel the excitement from the drug. So they continue taking drugs even though they have no illness in their body anymore. Then these become a drug addiction. Remember, I am not here to criticize those individuals who are already addicted to drugs. I am here to help you, to hold you by the hands and tell you that you are not alone, and I am here to support you. I am rooting for you, and the reason why you stopped by to watch this video is because you want to stop being a drug addict. Is because you've understood and you've seen that there is a problem and you want to solve that problem. You want a way out, you want a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with that solution. I am here to tell you that it is possible for you to stop being a drug addict. Now, people go into drug addiction because of the satisfaction they get from the drug. Yes, we understand that there was an illness initially. There was an illness, and that's why you went to the doctor, and then the doctor prescribed the drugs for you. There was an issue. You identify an issue, and then you're like, okay, the solution is this medication or this drug. And now there is a satisfaction from these drugs. Number one satisfaction is the pleasure you get from the drug, the pleasure, the excitement, the endorphin rush in your body. So you see, when you take drugs, there's this excitement. You feel good. The feel good hormone is endorphin rush you're feeling in your brain. So when you take these drugs, you feel all right. You feel high. You feel like you're on the top of the world. You feel all your troubles are gone, all your sorrows, all the stress are gone, and then you feel good. Number two satisfaction is the realization. You just relax, like you feel right. You at that point when you take drugs, you don't worry about your your sorrows no more. You don't worry about the stress. You don't worry about the job you lost. You don't worry that you failed the class. You don't worry that your girlfriend or your boyfriend broke up with you. You're just excited. You're just all right. You feel good. You feel all right. And this is a wonderful satisfaction from drugs. However, I am here to tell you that there are other things you can do to get this same satisfaction. There are other things you can actually do to get this satisfaction. Now, we've identified the satisfaction as the end product from taking these drugs. Now, let's identify the motivation. Why do we take these drugs? Why am I taking these drugs? What's the trigger? What is the motivation? I said before, number one is the illness. Sometimes you're ill, you feel sick, you feel sick, and then you need the medication, so you take it. But even after you get well, you continue taking the medication. Why? Because of the satisfaction. So number one motivation is the illness. Number two motivation is to get high. You just wanna be high, like the most high. You wanna go up there and look at your sorrows, look at your problems, and say, I'm the man. So you take the drugs to get high. Number three is to sleep. Some persons have difficulty sleeping, and the only way they can have a good night's sleep is by taking those drugs. Yeah, some people have trouble sleeping, and one of the ways of actually sleeping, having a good night's sleep, is by taking these drugs. And number four is for anxiety and stress. You're going through a lot. Like, I know adulthood is hard. Adulthood is hard. So you're going through a lot, and one of the ways to kind of reduce anxiety, reduce the stress, is by taking those drugs. Is by taking these drugs. So we've been able to identify some of the motivations, some of the triggers of this. And I want to tell you that when you see these triggers, when you identify this motivation, there are other things you can do. There are other things you can do that will give you the end product of what you're looking for. You want to have a good night's sleep. There are certain things you can do to have a good night's sleep. You have anxiety, you have stress, you have a bad relationship, a bad day, and you're looking for something that will help you go through all of this. There is something you can do apart from taking drugs. And on this video, I'm going to tell you all the things you can do apart from taking drugs to get you what you want, to get you the satisfaction that you are looking for. But before we dive into that, I want to tell you some of the effects of taking these drugs. You may not know, you may have seen this effect, but I want to share with you some of these effects that had a negative effect. I know we've talked about some of the positive effect. Now let's talk about the negative effect, and then we're going to weigh the options. Does the positive outweigh the negative, or does the negative outweigh the positive? Now let me tell you something. If the positive effect of taking these drugs outweigh the negative, then we're gonna continue doing it. We're not gonna have problem with it. But because you and I know that the negative of taking this, the negative effect of taking these drugs outweigh the positive, that is why you want to stop, and that is why I want to help you to stop. Number one negative effect is seizures. Right? You start having seizures. You start having health issues. You start having seizures, and this is going to affect your performance. It's going to affect your performance, and this is really, really bad. Number two, you have stroke. So your left arm or your right arm stop functioning, your left leg or your right leg stop functioning. Some part of your body just die. The cells in some part of your body just die, and then it stop functioning. This can be traced to drugs and substance abuse. Number three is the mental confusion. You're no longer in control of the situation. You're no longer in control of your body. You're no longer in control of things. People ask you or question you, saying different things. You can no longer concentrate in class. You can no longer concentrate in your job. You're having this mental confusion. People say, oh, he's having mental issues. Yeah, this can be traced to drug and substance abuse. Number four is the brain damage. The brain damage. Now, if you do not know this now, substance and drugs abuse can actually damage your brain. So I want to ask you, you're a young person, you're in your early 20s, you're in your late 20s, your early 30s. Do you want to have brain damage so young, when you know there is so much more you can do. There's so much more you can achieve. Do you want to open yourself to brain damage? Do you want to have brain damage? And I know you do not want to have that, and that is why I am here to assist you. I am here to help you. And finally, number 5 is the lung disease. So when you continue taking this substance abuse, when you continue taking this drug abuse, it's gonna affect your lungs. You will not be able to breathe well, and it's really gonna have a big issue in the future. So it's like the issue is going to keep increasing until you as an individual do something about it. You have to do something about it, and it comes from within. You have to have the consciousness, like, I want to stop this drug abuse. You need to say to yourself, you need to get up, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I want to stop this drug abuse. I do not want to have brain damage. I do not want to have the mental confusion. I do not want to have the lung disease. I don't want to have stroke. I don't want to have seizure. I want to be healthy. I want to stay healthy. You need to tell yourself this. You need to say it out loud. I want to stop doing drugs. So if you're with me, I want you to say it. Repeat after me. I want to stop doing drugs. I want to stop drug addiction. I want to live a healthy life. I want to be a good person. Good. And if you say that with me, trust me, that is the first step towards stopping this issue. Now, there are different stages of addiction. You don't just wake up one morning and become addicted to drugs. No, it doesn't happen that way. You don't just wake up and become addicted. There are certain stages of addiction, and I am here to walk you through these stages. Number 1 stage is the experimentation stage. Now, you something has to make you try it for the first time, right? You don't just wake up, as I said, you don't just wake up and become addicted. The experimenters, there's always the first time of doing something. There's always a first time of doing something. It can be because of the illness, let's say it's because of the stress, because you want to sleep. There's always a first time doing it. So that's the experimental stage, when you do it for the first time. The experimental stage. So you try it for the first time, like, this is good, and then you feel alright, you relax, you feel good, you feel like you're on top of the world, and like, I'm a king, I'm a man, and I do not want to let go of this feeling. I want to continue having this feeling for the rest of my life. And that's the experimental stage, right? That's the experimental stage. The next stage is the regular use. So you've seen the satisfaction you get from the experimental stage, and then you use it regularly. From initially it was just once a month, and now it's once every week. So once every week you're taking this drug, once every week you're doing it. So it's become a regular use for you. You something you have in your bag, something you have in your car. You continue using it every week. This is the second stage, and at this second stage you can easily stop. Right? The second stage you can easily stop. The first stage you can easily stop. The second stage, which is the regular use, you can easily stop. The third stage is the high risk use. This is a thin line between the regular use and the high risk use. Remember, the regular use is something you use once a week, but the high risk use is something you use once a day. So every day, one day to the next, every day you are actually taking this drug and trusting abuse. And at this point, you know the consequences. You're seeing the consequences. You're experiencing the consequences, not just the satisfaction. At high risk use, you're seeing the satisfaction. You're getting the satisfaction. At the same time, you're getting the consequences. But you're like, I'm gonna continue doing this because of the satisfaction. This is a point where you decide. The high risk use stage is the point where you decide you're going to continue doing it. Because you've seen both sides of the coin. You've seen the satisfaction, you've seen the effect. But you say to yourself, I am going to continue doing this because of the satisfaction. And the final stage is the addiction stage. The addiction stage is not when you take it once every day. The addiction stage is when you take it multiple times a day. And this is where you have complete dependency on this substance or on these drugs. Every day you're taking it. Every day you're doing it. every single minute, every single hour you are on this. At this point, you're already addicted. At this point, it is extremely difficult to stop. However, it is not impossible. It may be difficult, but it is not impossible. It may be difficult, but it is not impossible. I want you to say this, say it after me. It may be difficult, but it is not impossible. I want you to say it again for the last time. It may be difficult, but it is not impossible. Yes. Now, you both seen the different stages of addiction. Now we want to see the warning signs of being addicted. Now, how do I know that I'm actually addicted to these drugs? Yeah, I know it started as experimental, then it's moved to regular use, and then high risk use. How then do I identify that I'm actually addicted to this substance? I'm addicted to this drugs, and I need to stop. What are the things I need to look out for to help me know when I need to stop these drugs? Number one is change of personality and attitude. When you notice that your personality and attitude suddenly begins to change, then you know there is a problem. You used to be this jovial, this amazing individual, and all of a sudden your personality is changing. All of a sudden your attitude towards certain things is changing. These are triggers, these are identifiers that something is wrong, and you need to identify that thing that is wrong. Number two is sudden mood swings. You're happy this minute, and then the next minute you're sad. The sudden mood swing, right? And mood swing is not just for ladies. Mood swing happen in guys also. So we have the sudden mood swing, then you know there is a problem. These are some of the warning signs. These are some of the warning signs. Number three is the angry outburst. Little things offend you this time around. Little things offend you, and when you realize that things that doesn't offend you in the past now offend you, then you know there is a problem. Okay, these are some of the warning signs that there is a problem. Number four is when you appear fearful, paranoid with no reason. You're not scared for no reason. You're paranoid for no reason. You do not want to go out for no reason. Now you just want to be alone. You want to stay indoor, always staying indoor for no reason. You do not want to hang out with friends and colleagues and family members for no reason. For no reason. This is a sign that you're being addicted. The next is drop in performance at work or at school. You used to be a straight A student, and now you're a B student, you're a C student. Not because something is wrong, you trace the issue, there is nothing wrong, but because of this addiction, you start missing class. And when you look at it, why am I missing class? It's because you're missing class staying at home to take this drug, and when you take it, you just forget about what you want to do, and then you feel all right. Your performance at work begins to reduce, your performance in school begins to reduce, you stop going to class, you stop going to work. These are some of the signs you're being addicted. And finally, you start having financial problems. You no longer have control over your money. Any money you have, when your stipends come in, when your salary comes in, all your money goes into getting these drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, you need to know that there is a problem. When you are no longer in control of your finances, you need to identify that this is a problem. This is a problem. Now, the good thing is that after you identify the problem, the next thing is, how do I stop? So how do I stop being addicted? Now, this is where you guys, this is the reason why you guys come. You want to know how to stop. Now, this is where I'm going to teach you. This is where I'm going to tell you, how do I stop this problem? Number one, admit there is a problem. That is the first step. The first step of solving this problem is admitting that there is a problem. And I know some person like, no, I'm not addicted to drugs. No, I'm not addicted. But if you really want to stop, you need to admit that you're addicted to those drugs and you want to stop. Number two, reflect on your addictions. Reflect on some of the things that has happened to you. Reflect on your poor performance at work. Reflect on your poor performance in school. Reflect on the toxic and poor relationship you have with your friends and family, people who are trying to help you, then you shut them away. Reflect on your actions. This is what I've done. I feel bad about what I've done, but I want to change that. Remember, you cannot change the past. You cannot change the past, but you can do something today to change the future. So when you reflect on the past, you tell yourself, I want to do something today that will change my future. I want to do something today that will change the relationship I have with my partner. I want to do something today that will change the relationship I have with my family. I want to do something today to make things right. Number three, you need to seek professional help. When you admit that there is a problem, you reflect on your addiction, then you seek professional help. There are so many doctors out there, so many therapists out there who can help you. You need to seek help. You cannot do this alone. You need to seek help. Number four, you need to identify the triggers. You need to identify the triggers. What are the triggers? What are the motivation? What is moving me? What is pushing me to do drugs? What is pushing me to take this substance? And some of the triggers that I've been able to identify from the people I talk to. Number one is stress. Stress, bad relationship, stress from work, stress from school, stress from family members. This stress can actually trigger you to taking drugs. Number two is emotion. When you have this emotion imbalance, you cannot control your emotions, you're having issues, you're having emotional issues, this will trigger you to go into drug and substance abuse. Number three is environment. An environment can actually be the where you stay, the people you hang around with, who are your friends. If the 5 closest friends you have actually drug addict, substance abuse addict, there's a high possibility that you as an individual also be part of them. There's a saying that show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So it's actually real. It's actually true. So your environment, your friends, the people you hang out with, the places you hang out, these can actually trigger you into drug and substance abuse. And finally is the illness. As I said before, when you're sick in your body, when you have certain illness, this can actually trigger you into taking drugs and substance abuse. And then how can I stop? Now the next step to stop is to change environment and change friends. Now you've identified the triggers. You can do something by changing your environment and changing friends. Now I understand that these guys are your childhood friends. I understand that where you are, you've been living there for the past 20-25 years, but you need to change environments. If you want to stop this addiction, you need to change environments, you need to change friends. The next is to exercise. You should exercise. Go to the gym, exercise. The satisfaction you get from drugs, you can actually get the same satisfaction from exercise. Now, what are the satisfaction from exercise? Number one, satisfaction give you the same feel good hormone, the endorphin you get from taking drugs. You can actually get it from exercise. Number two, it helps the brain. It helps the brain. When you exercise, it helps your brain. You'll be able to reason well, function well, and have this mental alertness. Number three, it reduces stress. Remember, stress was one of the triggers. So when you exercise, it will reduce stress. Number four, improve sleep. Remember, sleep was also one of the triggers. So when you exercise, you can improve sleep. Number five, it enhances self-esteem. Now, we've seen some of the motivation of taking drugs, and I am telling you right now with full confidence that when you exercise, the same satisfaction you get from taking drugs, you're gonna get the same satisfaction from exercise. Your problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that you are lazy. That is it. You feel that when you exercise, you're gonna feel tired, blah 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 blah. I am telling you that the same satisfaction you get from drug and substance abuse is the same satisfaction you get from exercise. So I'm encouraging today, wake up, stand up, go to the gym. You know the solution. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. And finally, be in control. This is your life. The actions you make are going to affect you, and it's going to affect you first before it affects the people around you. So be in control of the situation. Be in control of your brain. Be in control of your body. It belongs to you, and you are in charge. You are in charge. Yeah, I made mention that the exercise will give you the same satisfaction you get from substance and drugs abuse. However, there are other things that you can do that will give you the same satisfaction. Number one is getting a new hobby. Yes, go out, do something, be busy. Be busy. Do something that will keep you busy. When you're busy with a new hobby, when you fall in love with something and you put in all your energy towards that thing, you see that you're gonna get the same satisfaction, the same feel good hormones is gonna be released when you do something you enjoy and then you're really good at it. Number two is eat well and eat healthy. Eat well and eat healthy. Number three is volunteer. And when I mean volunteer, I mean helping people. Help someone else. Go out today and help someone. Go out today and do something good for another person. And finally, exercise and meditate. Take some time to exercise. Take some time to meditate. Meditation can actually go a long way in giving you the same satisfaction from drug and substance abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only show you the way, but you have to walk the path. And I have done that. I have shown you the way. I have shown you what you need to do. I have shown you how to do it. But you have to make the conscious effort of doing it. You have to make the conscious effort of doing everything I've told you. You have to make the conscious effort of exercising, the conscious effort of going to the gym, the conscious effort of eating and drinking enough water, the conscious effort of helping someone, the conscious effort of meditating, the conscious effort of getting a new hobby. Do you really want to stop drug addiction and substance addiction? This is the way. Now the question is, are you willing and ready to do it? I can hear you. Are you willing and ready to do it? Now, if you're willing, if you said yes, you can leave it on the comment section. Say yes, say yes, say yes, and let's do it together. Make the conscious effort today and tell yourself, I'm going to be consistent with this. I'm going to do it, and I am going to change my life. I'm going to turn my life around, and I cannot wait until you become a brand new person. I cannot wait until you change your life. I will be rooting for you. I am here for you. If you have any issues, you can always contact me. I am your biggest fan, and I am your biggest support. I believe in you, and I know you will do it. Now, if you have friends or family members who are actually addicted to drugs, you can share this video, you can share this podcast to them, and you can use this as a blessing for them. You can use this to help them. Share the video, share with your friends, share with your family, share the podcast, and always know that I love you and I am rooting for you all. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you same time next week. Bye-bye.